If you are watching this right now and you are someone that always finds a way to quit the gym, no matter how many times they start, whether it's January or mid-year, whatever it is, keep watching this video because I came across a video which was with Mike Israetel. If you don't know who he is, he's a big muscle-bound exercise scientist that is very good at giving out information when it comes to fitness and discipline and motivation. And I was watching some of his video and I thought, at some points he made were quite good that I wanted to share, but also felt like I could deep dive in a little bit more because in the interview he couldn't go as in depth because he's trying to keep the pace moving. So I thought I'd apply some principles that I have found from working with clients myself as to what helps get these sort of people into sticking to the gym long term. It's not just about having discipline and being motivated, because you can't just instantly get discipline. So there are many things that I believe you can put in place early on that can dramatically reduce the chances that you actually quit the gym. So I'm going to share some of those myself in today's video. But first off, let's just hear some of the points that he says first.
What does science have to say about motivation?
Yes, there are a couple things to say about motivation. One is motivation itself is technically in the construct of adherence is just one of the parts of it. There's inspiration, there's motivation, and then there's something called passion, which once you have a passion for something, you no longer ask questions of motivation.
That is very, very true. And the problem that many beginners kind of have, they always find some sort of fitness enthusiast that loves the gym and always says to him, what motivates you to go to the gym? How do you keep going? And the people often struggle to give you a real answer that resonates with you because at this point in their journey, they passionately love the gym. So for them, it doesn't feel like a struggle. It's something that they do. They don't even have to sometimes think about discipline because they actually love going to the gym. Discipline more comes into play when you're on those weeks or days when you don't feel like going to the gym, and that helps you overcome it. But for the average fitness enthusiast that likes going to the gym, it's an enjoyment. It's like people that like going to play football or people that like going to play tennis or any sort of sport. So the question of asking fitness influencers or athletes about how do they stay motivated, there's almost no point because it's almost like ingrained in them. The better question to ask them is, do you have any tips for someone that may not necessarily enjoy the gym but wants to start going? What can I do? That gives you probably better answers back because they're going to try and think as if they're you and try and give you better feedback.
There is a whole rich psychology around just the one part we call motivation. We're really trying to increase this adherence. We're trying to make you get to the gym, make sure you get in there. So one is having good sources of inspiration.
Before we go into the inspiration bit, the thing I want to touch on more is he says you want to actually get to the point of going to the gym. And this is why I always say you need to eliminate friction. And one of the things that definitely helped me is this book here. It's called Atomic Habits. This is a godsend. Like, it will give you so many good strategies because I know many people, the biggest problem is in general is they don't stick to things, and it's because they have too much friction, which is the first thing I wanted to talk about. You need to eliminate friction when it comes to any sort of task that you want to keep doing. And if you don't know what that means, the book describes it in better detail, but in general, it just means any sort of obstacle that makes it harder to do the task or to do the thing that you want to do. For example, a great example is one of my newest online coaching clients. He said to me, what gym should I go to? The current one I go to is about 10 minutes from my house, but it hasn't got the most, the best machines. It's okay, but it hasn't got everything. But the really cool gym that has everything like a proper weight gym is about half an hour to 40 minutes away. Do you think I should sign up for that gym? And I said to him, hell no. Do not sign up for the suit up gym because to give context, based on our conversation so far, I knew straight away that he hasn't got the mindset or discipline to pick himself up on the days he doesn't want to go to the gym and travel 30 minutes or 40 minutes to a gym further away. So I said to him, based on your circumstances right now, let's just deal with what we can work with. I've had clients that train at home that have still managed to make it work. So him having a gym, regardless of it being lesser quality, is still better than many clients I've had. So I said to him, let's just stick with the smaller gym you have right now. And in a few months down the line, if you've been consistent enough and you want to go to the other gym, we can. But let's get you used to actually going to the gym, to the one that's 10 minutes from your house, because there's no excuses then because you can walk to the gym. There's nothing about car trouble or traffic or anything like that. You have no real reason why you can't walk the 10 minutes to the gym. So to put this in context as to what we're talking about, if he had chose to go to that further gym, the first bit of friction would be, now I have to drive 30, 40 minutes to go to the gym, which means sometimes when you feel a little bit lazy or you may be short on time, you're like, oh, it may not be worth going to the gym because I may only be able to train there for like 20 minutes because I'm quite busy today. So there's no point in going. You want to avoid those sort of thoughts. And these are things that many people just don't think about. And these are things that many people just don't think about because they'll just think, oh, the suit up gym, that's going to get me motivated to go. I'm going to see hardcore gym guys. But the problem is you've made the first error, which is making it so hard to even get in the gym because it's so far away. And these are things that people have to definitely think about. For a hardcore enthusiast, he'll make that journey because he loves the gym. But if you're someone that's like, there's no point you trying to embody the characteristics of someone that you are not yet. So I just wanted to make that clear. Eliminate friction. This is the most important step that everybody needs to know, which is friction.
So one is having good sources of inspiration. If you surround your social media, if your feed is a lot of people who look like you kind of want to look a little bit like them, and they've got a lot of positive and encouraging shit to say and a can-do attitude, that's a good start. It's not going to keep you in the gym, but it might get your ass in there on a fucking rainy day.
The caveat I would put here is that make sure whoever you find has a lifestyle that somewhat aligns with yours. For example, if you're a 30-year-old person that has on a wife and kid, and you're very stressed on time, there's no point you finding some really shredded, muscular 21-year-old that has no life pressure, zero accountability he needs to take outside of himself to model your fitness journey afterwards, because there's no point. He's living a totally different life to you. Being a fitness influencer probably is his actual job, so he can afford to allot much more time to it to make that physique. And that's before you even factor in potentially any enhancements that could have been used or anything like that. The bottom line is that you comparing your very traditional, typical adult life to some teenager that literally has so much more free time than you is silly. What you should do is try and find other people that have a similar lifestyles, or people that maybe have kids that happen to look in shape and manage to make it work, or people that have 9-to-5 jobs. These things which align with your lifestyle, they will motivate you more, because you have to think, if you see someone talk about how they've got a busy day at work, but they're going to squeeze in a workout, that can motivate you to go, you know what? I'm going to do the same. Whereas when you see a kid doing a random vlog of him waking up at 11 a.m., chilling around his house, then going to Starbucks, and then heading to the gym and basically spending 3 hours there, it's almost impossible for that to be as motivated as much as the other scenario, because you know in your head that lifestyle is so foreign to you that there's almost no comparison. So I would definitely say sources of inspiration should definitely come from people that you somewhat have a similar lifestyle to. It doesn't have to be identical, but someone has to overcome some of the same friction and struggles that you have to go through on a daily basis.
Another thing is to set goals. Motivation is in many senses defined as the pull towards a goal. You get rid of a goal, you're technically not motivated to do shit. So if you have a goal of like a motivation, like I want to be able to tell myself I'm man enough to go to the gym 4 times a week every fucking day this year, that's my goal, a process goal instead of an outcome goal.
I agree. When it comes to goals for someone that's in this mindset of I often quit the gym, because all the tips I'm going to give you in this video, by the way, is geared towards someone that is prone to quitting the gym. For someone that's much more of a fitness enthusiast, I've got videos on this sort of topic already on the channel, like how to go to the gym when I feel lazy some days. That's a different ball game. But for those of you that are often, you know, deep down, you're a little bit of a quitter, like if you're honest enough with yourself to know that, the goals need to be more simplified. I would also say stick to small and medium goals. Don't do the long-term ones yet, because they feel so far out of reach, you're likely to be demotivated by them. You know what I mean? If you pick a goal that's so like a year, 2 years away, that's too far away to keep you motivated to keep going. So for example, small, reasonable goals I'd recommend is saying, I'm going to go to the gym at least 3 times a week for the next 2 months. Something like that, because you can tick that off every single week. Day 1, day 2, day 3, repeat. That is a very simple goal. There's nothing on that goal apart from you sticking to your word, because even if you went to those 3 gym sessions and you train like a pussy, at the end of the day, you still at least stuck to your main goal, which was I'm going to make sure I show up, because that's the first step, showing up, being consistent. Then you can have like a medium goal, such as I aim to get stronger within the next 3 months. I want to lift XYZ on this exercise. Bearing in mind, you should definitely pick something realistic. If you're day 1 in the gym and you're saying by, I don't know, day 30, you want to lift 3 plates on the bench, that's silly. But if you know that when you've tried, you can just about get 1 rep of 1 plate either side, by day 30 or day 60, you may want to aim to try and either improve the form on that 1 rep, or I want to be able to do 2 or 3 reps on it more comfortably even if it requires a spot. These are the little things that once you finally tick them off, the endorphins that you're going to get because you've stuck to going to the gym, and you're also seeing results because you're getting stronger. These are great. And the reason why I've specified a strength goal early on rather than just saying I want to see a six-pack is because these things, depending on your starting point, may take long periods of time, and also they will highly factor in on your diet. Your strength in the gym, as long as you're eating enough, even if it's not the best ratio of protein and fats and stuff, you're likely, if you're a beginner, to still get stronger. Now, the more optimized your diet is, like you make sure to have a high protein diet and you're not just eating, McDonald's and junk food all the time, the better and quicker your results will probably be. But another, I would say, probably class of the small goal could be, I want to get confident enough to do XYZ exercise. For example, for many people, they are frightened of doing deadlifts or squat because they are quite bigger movements. So if you do these little things as little goals and you consistently tick them off, this is going to compound. And then as you start getting used to these aren't even goals anymore because you do them all the time without thinking because they're just easy. Then you can create new goals that are slightly more challenging over time. And you just repeat this process. As you get used to doing the previous goals, you create one that's a little bit more challenging. And these are things that keep you going. Then eventually you can obviously set goals such as, I want to lose body fat by XYZ and I want to build muscle XYZ.
If you are goalless, if you're going to the gym for some very general construct like get fit or have abs or something you haven't really quantified in any way at all or really contextualized, it's easy to be like, It's like you have to be able to answer the question in your head of if you're sitting like you got home after work, tough day at the job, you sit down on your couch, you have to give yourself a reason to get up. When push comes to shove, you're fucked up, beer, and you're done. But if you're like, I told myself, contract with myself, I'm going to fucking make it 4 times a week. Awesome. There's another part of this motivation thing that comes in with how easy are you making it on yourself? You don't want to have a big barrier to entry. Training partners help a lot. You sit down on the couch.
Basically, this is what I mentioned earlier in the video about the friction. The barriers to entry is basically the obstacles I spoke about. A solution he mentioned was having friends. I actually disagree with this point because the reason why I disagree with this point, based off what I've seen from clients and even friends in general that I've trained with from my own experiences, once you become dependent on a friend, you're now dependent on whether their motivation discipline kicks in. Because there's many times when you message your friend and say, oh, I'm going to the gym, and you still come in, and they say no. If they say no, that increases the chance that you won't go. Because, if he's not going, I'm not going. Because you've almost made it like a peer bonding experience, whereas you're not doing it for yourself. So I always say, if you go to the gym by yourself regardless, and then your friend happens to go, that's great. But do not go to the gym with someone that is either as motivated as you or less. You need someone that's either more motivated to keep you going. For example, they'll be the one making sure that you're on top of yourself. But if you just start the gym, like as a newbie with your friend, and then you rely on them, it's not a good thing. I have seen this just tank so many people's progress because they more or less say, I didn't go to the gym because James never came, and we always go together because we want to run the same routine. I don't want us to fall off sync. It's just excuses. At the end of the day, you need to make sure that you own your own shit. So even if your friend doesn't come, you still go. If you have the discipline to do that, then that's fine. But you don't want to have to be the source of inspiration for them. You want to ideally, if you do want to have a gym buddy, have someone that's slightly a bit better than you, not crazy to the point where you're holding him back, but just enough to the point where they're the ones probably messaging you going, make sure you come to the gym today. You want that sort of vibe. You don't want someone as complacent as you, because I've seen this go wrong so many times. So be wary of the gym buddy. By the way, people, if you enjoyed this video so far, please think of the like button down there. It really helps your boy out. Anyways, carry on with the video.
You don't want to have a big barrier to entry. If your gym is 15 minutes away, you'll fucking do this in California traffic for 15 minutes. If it's 45 minutes away, holy
I'm actually quite chuffed now. We came up with the same points. It means I'm on the right track. I didn't watch the whole video. I just watched the first couple of minutes and thought, oh, you know what? That'd be pretty good to go over. So, yeah, so he's basically the same thing. It's all well and good trying to pick out a really nice, cool, funky gym when it's too far away. But if it's too far, friction. But as it's the same point, we're going to skip past it because there's no point us going over the same thing again.
Another thing is doing the kind of stuff at the gym you like. That's where the favorite exercises comes in. By all means, fuck that optimal shit.
I've been saying this for ages. For those of you that are actually subscribed to my channel, we call this enjoyment workouts. I always say to people that for whatever reason they're going through a slump and they don't enjoy fitness, I always say to them, okay, what we need to do as step 1 is throw your current routine out the window. Forget about being optimal. If you're getting to that point where you don't enjoy going to the gym, the best thing that you can do is go to the gym and just do all your favorite exercises. I don't even care if it's a whole session of arms. You need to get used to enjoying being in that building again. And some people don't understand it, like, no, because I'm just gonna ruin my routine. If your stress is that you're potentially not gonna go to the gym because you don't like it, being in there and doing anything is better than you being at home sitting on the sofa. So I highly recommend this. There is a little bit more structure I normally say for my enjoyment workouts. I normally say for the first week, yeah, just do whatever you want. If this feeling carries over for more than a week, then I used to say add a little bit of structure. So for example, for your enjoyment workout, at least do the very first exercise a main compound, typically a deadlift. Is almost a full body workout. I'll normally say do 4 sets of deadlifts, and then after that point, do whatever you like. Do whatever your favorite exercise after at that point, because at least then you're still ending and on a high, and it's something that's still going to make you look forward to going to the gym. If you're someone that always quits the gym, you may have to just stick with, for the time being, just doing the ones you like. Then as you start looking forward to going to the gym and actually like being there, then you can start adding in more structure. If you don't know how to do that, feel free to message me. I do personalized training routines where we can craft your routine.
Another thing I will say, if you have to ask how to get motivated to go to the gym, you don't need to be going to the gym. You don't want it enough. When you're sick and tired of looking and feeling like shit, you'll show up, motherfucker. I'll see you there, because you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to be like, fuck that. You're going to want to be in the gym. And if you're going to make this a lifestyle, you have to lower the barriers, make the gym cheaper, closer, training partners, exercises you like, and you have to raise the impetus, goals, inspiration, and a fucking goddamn real desire to be there. The people that have no problem showing up to the gym are the people that want to be there. And no amount of Rocky Balboa fucking movies are going to get you to that place.
Highly, highly, highly agree. There's no point asking passionate people why they like doing their passion. It's because they enjoy it. So yeah, definitely for sure. If you are someone that often finds yourself asking people, how do you stay motivated? You need to, as I said earlier, reverse the question, but also most of all, you need to realize your why. Like, you need to have a true why, not just like, I want to go and look good. Like, give yourself a reason. Like, why do you want to look better? Is it because you want to attract someone? Is it because you want to feel more confident? You need a deeper rooted why. Just saying because I want to get abs or I want to have big biceps, yes, it's a goal that I think is still fine to have, but it's not a goal that's strong enough to really push you on those days when you don't want to. For example, if you're someone that's been, I don't know, single for over a year and you really want to find a partner, and you know, let's be real, going to the gym and getting fitter and looking better will probably increase your odds. If that's your true deep why, that is a reason that when you're lazy, you may think about that and it'll get you to go. Because you're like, you know what, I'm sick of this. No, I want to be sitting here with someone. I'm going to go to the gym so I can find that person potentially. That's a good why. Another why, for example, a client the other day, he has kids. He wants to be able to run around with his son without being tired super quick. So his goal isn't aesthetics based. He didn't say he wants to get abs. He didn't say that I want to get a big chest. He just said, I just feel way too unfit. When my son wants to run around, I find myself saying no, not because I'm busy, but because I'm literally tired, and that feeling makes me feel bad. That sort of why is really strong, because on the days when he feels lazy or doesn't feel like going because he just can't be asked to get up, when he thinks about, oh, but I want to be able to run with my son on Sunday, these are the things that will get you out of your seat and truly to the gym or whatever activity you choose and stick with it, because these are things that are really deep and core to you. So everybody that's watching, whether you're someone that's all right with the gym or you're someone that you know is new to the gym that always quit, or you're going to send this to a friend, have this individual that needs this video to actually write down a true why as to why they are going. Is it just physical? If it is, then fair enough. But if there is something deeper in there, that is the thing that will make you go on those days when you do not feel like going. Anyways, I hope this video was not super badgery. Please comment down below if you felt like that. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get my passion, sounds crazy. I just wanted to get my passion across as to this topic, because people that quit the gym, we all know, mid to end of January to early Feb is the season where this happens a lot. And I want to grab as much of you as I can and help those of you to keep going, keep the routine pushing forward. And a year from now, you'll be amazed. None of this new year, new me stuff. Just start, be consistent as much as you can. fight towards that why, and trust me, you will see progress. But anyways, people, if you need help with starting the gym, be sure to click the link down below. I can help you with online coaching, or be sure to check out these videos here. I've got a bunch of fitness videos for the last 10, 12, 13 years that have various fitness tips that will help you on your journey